Good morning. I feel like it was just yesterday that I said happy Tuesday, but it's my Monday. So, good Lord. And here we are again. Well, thank God we're here again, right? There's a lot of people that don't have the opportunity. Ugh, my nose is itching. All right. Well, I hope y'all had a great weekend. It was a holiday weekend, so those of you who didn't have to work, I hope you enjoyed your extra day. Of course, naturally, it falls on a Monday. Oh, that scared me. I didn't know what that was. It's a big old pumpkin. So, listen. I think I probably shared last week about something is up and I'm not getting any sleep because the minute I lay down, I get the whole restless leg thing going on. If I didn't mention it, then okay. I'm pretty much up. I try to go to bed and then I start flip-flopping, and it's, you know how it goes. If you've ever suffered from RLS, restless leg syndrome, then you know what that is like. And so you can only take it for so long, and then you get up, and then you're up until you are absolutely exhausted and dizzy from exhaustion, that you lay down, you suck it up, and somehow or another you just go to sleep. So that's kind of the way it's been. Good morning. What's it say? Fitness vlog. I'm gonna have to look at your channel, honey, because this old cow sitting here needs some kind of fitness. I can tell you that. I am from Tennessee in the U.S. I don't know where you're from, so if you're in another country or what have you. But it is, we will not be making it to work on time because it is almost 5 o'clock a.m. Yes. But there was just commotion this morning, so I had with the kitties, so of course I'll be late. But anyways, whatever. I just don't care. So I had the whole restless leg thing going on. And then it's now like, I don't know, somewhere between 2 and 3 o'clock maybe in the morning. And Mitty decided he wanted to go out, so I said, okay, but let me go with you, because I don't know why I do that, but I do that. So I at least walk him out, make sure there's no, especially at night, that there's no like critters or anything like that, right? So and it's getting cold, and listen, I love it, okay? However, so Needy comes out and he turns left to go down the sidewalk, but then immediately like turned a really sharp and fast right and took off running. I'm like, what in the hell is wrong with you? Like, what are you doing? Is it the cold that's, getting under your fur and tingling your skin? Like, what is happening? So I go and I'm kind of looking to see what's up, and he is standing right up against, with his face up against a tree, a big tree. And I'm like, what are you doing? Because it's too early for the squirrels to be up. So what is he doing? So I'm like, great. So I run back in and I get my put on a hat, and I grab my robe because it's chilly. And so by the time I come back, he's now away from the tree and looking towards the back of the building into the darkness, because you cannot see back there. But there's woods and like a creek bed. But we've had no rain recently, so there's no water in it. I will check those messages in a minute. And I'm like, what are you doing? And then I see him kind of walking off to the side a little bit, but he's stalking. He's doing the stalking walk, right? And I'm like, crap, like, what are you doing? What are you, please don't get anything, because God forbid you get perfumed up by a skunk. So I ain't yelling, turn your stuff down. Shut up. I'm crazy. Good morning, Miranda. I was just telling a kitty story. So anyways, I'm like, oh my God, please don't be trying to chase, like, in my mind is that one, if y'all remember a while back, that rabbit that I found and then had to bury. And I'm like, please don't. Please, oh God, don't let it, no. Listen, I know that it's all natural for animals to hunt, and it's just nature. I don't know, but I don't want my cats doing it. Somebody else's cats can do all that. Anyway, suddenly I see that Mitty is chasing something, but back towards the front, where he kind of had gone off to the side a little bit. Now whatever he is chasing is running towards the front, and I'm trying to tell him, no, and because he got a hold of it, then he dropped it and had to chase after a little bit more, and then he got a hold of it again. But now he's got it. I can see it in his mouth, and I can see that it's little. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So, fortunately, when I tell him to drop something, he did it with the bird that he caught I told him to drop it. He dropped it, and he dropped this little something. I had no idea. It's absolutely dark out. I don't have anything. So he dropped it, and I tried to see, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe this is a mouse. Maybe it's a mole. I'm not sure what it is. But I could see that it was still alive, and it was trying to lift itself up, but it couldn't, and then it would shake real bad, and I'm like, oh Jesus, now the thing's having seizures or something. This is horrible. I don't know what to do. But I still did not want. Hold on. It says there's rolling roadblocks. And I saw a bunch of lights, and I thought, oh no, it's my exit. I'm going to be even later. But it's not. Anyways. So what I did is I took some, like there's those little branches that have like a few leaves stuck on them. So I got a few of those and put it like around it and kind of over it, so that I would know where to go back to, because I wouldn't have been able to find where this little thing was. So, anyway, so I ended up just scooping up Kitty, and I'm like, well, I'm not leaving you out here with me, so, Lord, little Debbie, honey, you just, little Debbie's face just caught me, because there's a semi with this little Debbie. Anyways, so I brought him in, and then I'm like, I need like a flashlight or something. So I grabbed a little flashlight and something that I could scoop this little critter in. So I grabbed this plastic bowl thing that's not used for anything. Go to Debbie again. So I went back out. I left Mitty inside, and I went back out, and at first I was like, oh no, it got away. But it didn't. It was still there. And I was, okay, so I'm like, oh, it's a little mouse. But then I'm like, well, where in the hell is your tail? It didn't have, like it had like this, like little bit of a tail. I know y'all can see my finger, but a little bit of a tail. But their tails, as you know, they're long and they have fur on them, where rats don't have, they have long tails, but theirs are not furry. They're more scaly. So I'm like, is this, because it kind of had it kind of, the way I was looking at it, I thought, well, could this be a rat? And also the little tail didn't look injured at all. Like, you know, had Mitty, you know, like stepped on it, or whatever, you know, that, I don't know. But it wasn't. And so, you know, I'm trying to get this blooming thing in this bowl, and I have a spoon. I even grabbed a spoon to scoop it in the bowl, but I didn't want to touch it because I'm not a kid anymore, so them little fuzzy things, I don't want to touch them. You know, they freak me out a little bit. So I did, and I took it in. I got it in, and I'm like, and listen, the real hunter in the family is Tito. If you could have seen how big his pupils got, and and how focused he was, because he knew that I was bringing, there was something in that bowl. And I knew that if any of them, of the, you know, like Mitty, Tito, and even Wee Wee, if they would have gotten a hold of it, it would have been over. So, but Tito just wouldn't. Like, he was like on his tippy toes, standing up, trying to see what I was doing with this thing. And I was so scared it was going to hop out of that little bowl. And somehow, I was terrified. So here I am standing in the kitchen. I don't know what to do. I'm just standing there looking stupid. Because I don't know. Now, like, what am I supposed to do with this thing? I don't know how to take care of it. I don't know if, you know, like what its injuries are. I didn't see any type of, I didn't see any blood. I didn't see any. So my only guess was that he probably broke its back or his hips, maybe. I don't know. But I'm like, I don't know what to do. And so then I went and found this jar. It's that kind of heavy plastic jar that had walnuts in it at one time, that I was feeding the squirrels. And so, but I kept that little container, which is what I used to scoop the mouse out of the house the last time. So I'm like, okay. So I was able to kind of get it in there. And now what? I'm trying to poke holes in it so that I could put the lid on it. I couldn't get holes in it. I couldn't do nothing, okay, with it. And so I'm like, what am I going to do? I don't know how to take care of this thing. And so I went outside and I got like pulled up some grass and some, you know, like some of those hard leaves and whatnot, and, you know, just kind of put it in there. And it immediately kind of tried burrowing itself under there. And then I just sat for, I don't even know how long, just holding it, trying to figure, now what you gonna do? You can't get holes in this thing. What are you gonna do? So then I thought, well, I told the little guy, I said, listen, for some reason I named it Benny. And then it made me think of that song Ben by Michael Jackson. And I started singing that. Okay. Anyways, I decided to I told him, I said, listen, if you make it through the night, I'll get you some cheese. Hi, Angela. I'll get you some cheese and put it in there. You can eat some cheese. I don't know what else they eat. They kind of eat everything. So I'm like, but I'll get you some cheese and put it in there for you if you make it through the night. And then I didn't know if it did make it through the night, what the hell I was going to do with it still. So what I did is I took a, you know, like, you know those nylon like wig, like hair, like you wear under a wig where you tuck your hair under it? That is what I put over the opening of the jar, because I knew it would, or yeah, the little thing, and I knew that it would, it could handle, you know, the air would be, it would be able to breathe. And then I put it on top of, because I have this big walk-in closet. My dresser is in my my chest of drawers is in my closet. Okay. And I just prayed. I said, Lord, please do not let Benny chew its way out of here and then get in my clothes. Please. Don't let that happen. I prayed that God would take this little critter. Please don't let him suffer. Just you know. Yeah, I don't know what to do for it. So please just, like. So I turned the light on. I left the light on in my closet, and I put this little thing on top of my chest of drawers, and that was it. I was exhausted. I went back and laid down, and I went to sleep. And then I got up yesterday morning and went and checked on it, but it had passed away. It didn't get the cheese. It didn't. And then, I have this little bush outside my bedroom window, which is where I bury any little of the critters, or any critters that I find, like the little rabbits, various mice that, Tito has caught. And I thought, well, okay, you can go to the bush cemetery. However, I was too afraid to open that little jar or that little plastic thing. Because once I realized, it was past and I put the lid on it, then I didn't want to take the lid off of it because I was like, this is probably going to smell really, really bad. And I don't know that I want to release that odor. I don't want to release that odor. And I remember, like, when I was younger, watching some kind of creepy kind of movie or something. I don't even know if it was a creepy movie. It was something where they had opened up a casket, and by opening up this casket of this person and the air hit it, it just immediately just all turned to dust. I was like, I can't. Traumatized, honey. I couldn't do it. So I'm like, well, I can't bury this whole thing. Like, what the heck? Like, I don't have a full-on shovel to be digging. Like, what am I gonna do? But I just apologized to it and told him not to be too mad. But I had to throw him in the trash. It felt horrible. I'm so tired of, like, being so animal sensitive, Or, I mean, it's good to be animal sensitive, but you've got to understand that it's okay to, go with the understanding of the circle of life. You know what I mean? Like, cats are going to chase mice. Dogs are going to chase cats. It's just that whole... So anyways, it was crazy. It was crazy. So then I think about all the times that Mitty has been outside that I haven't been out there with him. Like, what have you been doing at night? Yeah. I know. I can't save all these little. I have no idea. Like, I don't have anything. If I were to find like an abandoned baby, something, like, I don't have these little, bottles or, I don't have all that stuff. So I need to not be looking and picking up stuff off the ground, when I see it. Because I can't take care of it. I don't know how. So, anyhow, yeah. It's crazy. Like, I put him out this morning. I put Mitty out this morning for a little while I got ready for work. And then made him come back in. I made him stay inside. I don't know. Anyway, it's crazy. I feel bad I didn't get the cheese. I didn't know. And that was another thing, like, all of a sudden I was like, what do mice eat? I'm like, come on now. Get your thoughts together. You know what mice eat? Anything. But they love cheese. So. And with all that, then my my sister last night sent me a photo of a like, if she sees an animal on their security thing, she will send me a picture of it. And she said, I just don't know where all these cats are coming from. And it was you could tell it was a tuxedo cat. And it was just, I think I can't remember. No, I think it was sitting. So it was like sitting on their driveway or something. I'm like, people like me, it's like Mitty, so they just indoor, outdoor, I know. Yeah. I know. He didn't get his cheese. Felt really bad. I probably wouldn't have been able to eat it like, if I would have tried to give him some cheese, but I don't think he would have been able to eat it, because I think he was just in a lot of pain. And yes. I told my son last night that that Tito will have a heyday if I ever let him out, because being out rurally, and plus there's a big crop field at the back of the back side of the house. And he said, well, I don't know. He said, I think the girls have pretty much taken care of that, which are the 2 female cats that didn't want to leave that house and go to the new house. So they had to go back to the old house. And so I'm sure, but they are concerned about the cats, my cats, because, there's a road. There are more, the road, and people are going to drive kind of fast, on roads like that. And there's predators, bigger predators, like there are coyotes. You can hear them. howling, and there's bigger. So they're concerned about that. And they're still not 100% on midnight going. Unless I can make him at least starting out an inside only cat. And which is tough because, you know, they know that I'm attached to Mitty. He's pretty much my cat now. And so, but they know that with some of his personality, his traits, you know, that they've seen, and his size, they're concerned about the girls. And, you know, that's their home, you know, like, that's their home. So I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. Yeah. It'll just, yeah. It's just going to take time. It's just going to take time to work it out. So, but anyways, I am almost fully a half hour late. Oh, here comes the truck. It's just now getting here. So I better go in, get this thing started so I can get out of here and go back home. So anyways, I've not heard anything from Cartman. I do, listen, so, he did not do his every 2 week on a Friday. Hey, can you send me like 20, 25 bucks? We have no food, blah, 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 blah. So they have either killed him or he got himself a job. Because it's like clockwork that he knows when I get paid. And he would hit me up. He'd hit me up. And I've not heard anything from him. So I'm guessing he's working. I don't know. I do need to ask him. All right, y'all have a good day. And I will catch up with you in the morning, Lord willing. And I love you. And I'll talk to you later. Mwah. Bye, guys.